up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Hello? Can y'all hear me? Whew, Lord. Been around the world and night. Hold up, y'all. Girl, let me do some moving to this microphone. Hold up, y'all. I'm coming. I'm sorry for the delay, everybody. Hi. Sorry for the delay. Um, but I came up here in my overzealousness to get to work and forgot that I still had not unpacked my mic. Okay? So let me make sure that we good on sound first, y'all. Okay? I do sound check. Okay? Oh, Lord, girl. Give me a second. I'm happy y'all here. I'm happy y'all here. Okay. Child, so no video. Y'all, give me a minute. Damn. I'm trying to make sure the sound is good. Okay, what's going on, y'all? We back. Real Housewives of Potomac, y'all. I ain't gonna keep y'all here long, girl, because it wasn't nothing that happened. It was the season 7 finale. Okay, before we get into the season 7 finale, I just want to show y'all right quick. Okay, I want to show y'all my roses forever. If y'all use my code BondyBlue25, you get $25 off from Roses Forever New York. They're also doing a special Valentine's Day 60% off sale. Do y'all see this? These roses last for a very long time. Okay, so if y'all want to go ahead and use my code to get y'all a little boo thing, a little something for Valentine's Day, it's on the low compared to how it normally is priced. Do y'all see these sitting on my table? Girl, I love these. Anyway, I wanted to show y'all that. And use my link, girl. Use my link, okay? Use my code BondyBlue25. The link is down below in the description box. Okay? Um so yeah, get into that. Get into that. All right. Hold up, y'all, cuz I feel like I can't hear myself. Can I hear myself? Okay. Child, that's what was going on. Like, my podcast sound was not what I wanted it to be, and it was because my gain was turned down way too much. But we here. How is it? Is it good? It sounds better to me now because it was low. I was like, girl, why is it low? But anyway, yeah, y'all, go ahead and get your Roses Forever from Roses Forever New York, BondyBlue25 to get your 25% off, okay? Also, don't forget about Just Move supplements, girl, because I may not be here if it wasn't for the Just Move energy supplement, girl, okay? This whole review, energy wise, is brought to you by Just Move supplements. The link is down below in the description box where you can, purchase these fine products. Okay, I hate to make it sound like that. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into the Real Housewives of Potomac, girl. Hold up, they don't need to be that big. Let's bring it down a tad bit. Okay, make sure y'all are following me on all these platforms. Okay, it's 355 of y'all in a room. Like the video. Let YouTube know that I'm on here, girl. Let YouTube know that you want, you trying to talk to me. Come talk to me. I really wanna meet you, girl. I really wanna know your name. Okay, listen. Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet you, girl. I really wanna know your name. Okay, listen. I'm sorry to hear that. I am Diva Nicole. Child, listen, I'm glad that y'all view my lives the way I view them. Because this past week, girl, I done had some friends, people just are always revealing themselves to you. And I had a conversation with Sydney. Shout out to Sydney. Okay, shout out to Sydney. Because Sydney really like held a mirror up to me today and was like, bitch, do you know who you are? Like, I was like, I mean, kinda. And she was like, no, friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she don't consider herself that because she's not overzealous enough to say so. But the way I share with her whenever I talk to her, like, she my friend. She know that. At this point, child, we friends. Okay? At our level of friendship, but bitch, it's friendship. Okay? But Sydney is the woman who I did. Y'all know I did my little speaking engagement. I did my show in Dallas last year. And women of candor, y'all, my mind, women of candor, okay. And it was a monologue written by Juan, and I performed it, and some of y'all came out and saw. I appreciated y'all so much. Okay, OLFP3 was in the building, girl. Okay, but we talk, and I was telling her how sometimes I feel like my friends make me feel isolated because I will read them about something they're not ready to be read about. And not in a mean way. I'll ask them if I can keep it a buck. But like situations will happen where I just kind of feel like they showing themselves to me in a way that's making me feel like I don't know if I can fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and she was just like, you really gonna have to just get used to the idea that you're gonna have to leave some people where they at. Because where you're going, some of these people cannot go with you. And I hate the way that sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like the way that sounds. But essentially, like, the older I get, the more I realize, like, people really be going through their own shit and it's not personal. But when they show you some shit and it disrupt or corrupt your energy, you have got to take yourself, like, out that equation. Put some boundaries up. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter how much you care about the people, like how much you love them, the long-term relationships, all of that shit. None of it matters sometimes when they start to show themselves as, the true low vibrational beings that they would like to be. Like, some of these people really just want to be real low vibrational, and you got to let them be where they at. Okay. But with that being said, girl, like, when I thought about coming to y'all, I was like, I'm going to go and talk to my people. And I'm going to get back to where I'm supposed to be energy-wise, okay? And that is life, okay? I see y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. But yeah, like, there's a level of this where it's just like, you just got to realize sometimes you're really too fly for the people you're around. Tough. It's real tough. You don't want to think that you making them feel like shit by merely existing, being your amazing self. But bitch, you are really making people upset by just existing, being your amazing self. And you have no idea why. You don't even know. You thought you was being a good friend. You thought you was out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, keeping it a buck, having real genuine connections with people. And they just really show, they show themselves. They show themselves. And you got to believe them when they show you. And you got to start handling them how they handle you. And what that means is, if they handle you like they don't really fuck with you like that for real, then you do the same. I don't really fuck with you for real like that either. And what Sydney made me realize is that is a form of catchback, because I do realize what my energy is to people sometimes, and how when they make me feel a way, I would draw my energy. That's catchback. And that's something that me and Mel have in common. Like, make me feel away one too many times and watch I withdraw all my energy. And I know it's going to, bother you. I know you're going to feel a way about it. But guess what? I don't give up. Because you're not going to keep playing in my face. You're not going to keep playing with me acting like you don't know how I can really, go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, experiences. And then, like, the way I handle shit, I really could embarrass people, y'all. Like, if y'all knew the past few, months, the past 6 months, how people have been showing themselves to me in one way or another. And if I really felt like it, I could really, spray you. I could really spray you. Call you by name on some shit, because essentially I'm the type of person that will find a way to be okay with whatever I done did. Like, people think that they could come at me with some shit like, bro, I was fucked up when I did that, and that's what I did. But guess where we are right now? Right here, right now. So we can go back to that if you want to. I'll be wrong then, bitch, but you gonna be wrong today. Okay, so I just gotta learn. I'm learning how to deal with people. I'm learning how who I am can sometimes be intimidating, and it used to be like that when I was younger. But I thought as I was getting older, because I show so much love and appreciation to other people, like you would just think they will roll with you the way you roll with them, but they don't. They just don't. They don't roll with you the way that is Sydney a life coach? Yes, she is. She really is. And like the more I talked to her today, the more I was like, yeah, we really need to do so. We're gonna be doing something together soon. And I'm excited about it because I need to be pushed into another set of another part of my life. And in the next part of my life, some of these people are gonna be where they at. Back there somewhere. Okay? Listen. See me when you see me, bitch. Usually through your screen. Okay? Like sometimes you just gotta, you know what I'm saying, get where you at with it. Which is like you, okay? Which brings me to Real Housewives of Potomac, because that's what we really here for. But I needed to warm y'all up, and I needed more people to be here, okay? And I needed to get some shit off my chest. So if you if you wasn't trying to hear how I was feeling about some shit, I'm sorry. That's what I felt like doing. So that's what we was gonna do, okay? Okay. Nah, I appreciate it. No, it was so boring. Real Housewives of Potomac was so boring. And if I felt like being petty as fuck, I would really tell y'all like verbatim how people been playing with me and taking my kindness for weakness all over the fucking place. Okay. And I swear for God, I wish at least one of those people was watching me right now. Cause if they watching me, I'm talking about you, bitch. And it's a couple of y'all. Okay. It's about 1, 2, 3 of y'all out there somewhere. That recently you didn't made me feel the way, okay? But outside of that, girl, my podcast, now that we're grown, the podcast is coming. The first episode is gonna be jank. I'm letting y'all know. There was an audio issue. The shit gonna be jank, but the second one will be better. Okay, but the subject matter of the first one, the flow, the feeling, the guest, that was everything. The tits, it was all great. Okay, so I can't wait to put out Now That We're Grown, the podcast for y'all, which talks to real people about their lives versus the shows and shit. But the show was boring. And sometimes I really feel like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Sometimes I feel like I would be amazing on a reality show. Like sometimes I really think about it, because like there's a level to me that's like, I'm too bougie for such things. Like, bitch, are you serious? And a part of the bouginess is I don't display my personal business all out there in public like that. Like if I come to y'all and tell y'all about my life, that's because I want to share something. But that's not because I'm about to be out here having fights and arguments and throwing drinks and like spraying my business in public in an old nasty messy ass way. That's not what I do. That's not how I like to live my life. That ain't in no way, shape, or form how I'm built. But sometimes I feel like I could absolutely be on a reality show, because when it come time to check somebody and give them the energy they asking me for, bitch, I am always on ready. I am on ready. And now that I'm like really getting better at trusting my intuition about people, I'm even more on ready for some of y'all the way y'all like to come at me, because people like to come at me passive aggressively. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like if I were on a reality show, I would be so much better than Robin and Giselle, because I feel like you would get the nice, nasty read in the Jerome energy, bitch. You would get it. Like, y'all, I recently just had a moment where it's like, why do people always want my daddy to come into my body and then start talking to me? Because that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who you trying to intimidate, you bitch ass nigga. But you about to get tased. Sorry, y'all, in my life. But I just feel like I'll be real good on a reality show, because you gonna get that action when you ask for it. When you come at me with some shit, you gonna get it. And you gonna get it in nice nasty. We ain't gonna fight. We ain't gonna physically fight. And I hope security is here so I don't have to tase your ass, because I'm not fighting nobody. But see, these words, this mouth, oh, you gonna get it. And people don't realize how soft I be coming. I be really hitting them soft when really I could gut punch you on some disrespectful shit and you could be mad, but it would still be true. So like I'm thinking about it, Real Housewives of New Orleans. Okay, listen. If y'all get caught up and y'all ain't got no, y'all need one more person, I might be available for y'all, okay? I might be available for y'all, okay? Cause y'all need to do better. Real Housewives of Potomac, if this was the season that y'all gave us for season 7, this was foolishness. This was complete and utter foolishness. And y'all, I'm gonna have to tell y'all, I really always felt like right when Monique left, this is when I felt like the show was going downhill. And it's not because, Monique brought some extra personality to the situation. She brought something to it, don't get me wrong. But it became the end of having like organic issues in the group. You know what I'm saying? Like it was the end of, because once they were able to get her off the show, it emboldened them. It bolstered their confidence to continue to move about this show in a way where they can just go and make up a lie about somebody else's life. And then they can hide whatever's going on in their lives and stay on the show and still get first, second, third chair at the reunion. Okay? I don't want Monique to come back. I think Monique needs to be where she at, which is at her house, living her life in a real way where she doesn't have to be because she's a people pleaser. And as a people pleaser, you do not need to be on a show in a dynamic where you're going to be forced to go against a bully. Because if you're the type of person that yields to the bully, we don't need that energy. And I feel like at some point, Monique was the type of person that yielded to the bully. And she did that on Love and Marriage DC, just like she did that on Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm not yielding to the bully, bitch. Like at the end of the day, okay? And so what they need, because it's like, I don't know why, but it's like everybody on the show yields to the bullies in one way or another. Prime example is Candace inviting Giselle to her video release party. Girl, what the fuck is going on here? Why would we do that? Why would we do that? And then giving a speech at the end of the episode about how even though we have our differences, everybody is an established, black woman. And we just want to show, girl, if you don't get out of my face with this, it's like we're going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Robin and Giselle are going to be able to be the head of the Mean Girl Squad, giving absolutely nothing in story, lying about other people's lives, or just merely picking other people apart while hiding their shit. Okay? And then you got Candace and Mia constantly being picked on, but going back to the abusive boyfriend, which is Giselle and Robin. Like it's exhausting Mia now. Mia has now put herself in that positioning with her and Wendy. We saw that by the time we got to the end of this episode. Wendy is kissing people on the cheek and shit. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Wendy is kissing people on the cheek and shit. After they basically made it seem like she was a thirst box who wanted their cooch. That's what she did. She made it seem like Wendy was a thirst box that was hating on Mia because she wanted her cooch. And you sitting up there kissing her on the cheek, acting like it's all cool. I didn't like none of that. I hate that y'all continue to be nice, to have grace for these women, and they continue to disrespect you and play in your face. And maybe it's because I don't like when people do that shit to me. Like my therapist had to tell me, Brittany, it's okay to take a break from people and not cut them off forever. I'm like, no, because see, for me, in my head, I always go to cutting your ass off forever. Okay? Forever. Like that's where I go to, because I feel like people take being forgiving as a weakness. And I feel like that's what they doing with Candace and Wendy, taking them being forgiving as a weakness. And I don't like it. It's really hard to watch. And it feels like this cast needs to shake up, because I don't like the imbalance of power on the cast. I don't like it. And this season showed it dramatically. Thank you, Sydney, for the super chat. I'm on the phone with my cousin right now, so I don't know what's exactly going on, but I want to support before I miss the whole live. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the super chat. But yeah, y'all, so let me see. Hold up. But they're coworker frenemies, so it's toxic environment. It's not fun to watch, and that's the problem. Like, we want to have fun. Yes, we want y'all to get into it, but we want y'all to be able to get past it in a real way. And it seems as if y'all can never get past shit in a real way. There are only certain people on the show that are being forgiving in an open way and actually letting things go and trying to move on. And I feel like essentially it's only Candace, Wendy, and Karen that do a lot of this let's just go along, let's just forgive it and get along thing. The only time Karen has put her stop is with Sharice, and they mad about it. But to be real, y'all tried to do the same thing to Wendy. Ever since they were able to get Monique's ass off this show, and you can say what you want to, but the course of action that they took before the season started, it ended up in resulting in Monique feeling like she no longer needed to be on this show, whether it was her decision or not. It still felt like they were able to get her off. So now they know all they have to do is box somebody out. Don't invite them to tapings when it's their shit. And they can basically get the person off the show. That's what they tried to do with Wendy. And I low-key felt like they wanted to do it with Candace, but they know Candace brings something, and they can't have a scene where it's all of their boring asses sitting there co-signing each other's foolishness. That's not interesting. That's not entertaining. And if Giselle is nothing else, she's a producer. So we have to make sure we have a back and forth with somebody. So we keep Candace and Karen around so that we can have this back and forth with somebody on the show. But we really don't like Wendy, because Wendy makes us feel bad, really bad, because of how smart she is. She has money. It's especially now that she's looking really good, and she got the young, nice looking, rich husband that, even though y'all try to make him seem like he ain't shit, he's better than any of the men that y'all are with, Robin and Giselle. So yeah, like I just kind of feel like this imbalance of power, them allowing, the Green Eye Bandits Incorporated to play in their face over and over and over again. Bravo in production allowing Robin to hide and conceal things, allowing Giselle to hide and conceal things, while we bring up story about Chris and Candace or Eddie or Karen, you know what I'm saying? Whatever we want to bring up. Karen's situation, I do believe that Karen is out here doing whatever she wants to do. And I think everybody is trying to act like they're not trying to pick her apart for it. Like, y'all are digging into Karen. Karen in blue eyes. Karen's cheating. Karen's a hoe. Y'all are talking all of this shit about Karen. Meanwhile, Robin, you can't even keep your story straight. Did Juan cheat on you, or are y'all in an open relationship? Bitch, which one is it? Giselle, are you dating, or is the box dry? Because we haven't seen not one a man come around on a date. You telling us about Steve after the fact didn't do shit for your story. We saw nothing. And I hate the fact that the only people you could rely on when you needed a scene by yourself was your poor, beautiful children who had to sit there in these scenes knowing good and goddamn well that all of this was foolishness and fugazi. Okay? It's tiring. Okay? And I just need to get that off my chest. Now, the notes. Ashley takes Dean out to eat. He's acting a fool. He's crying because it seems as if every time she wants to take him somewhere without Michael, he's in fear that he's never going to see Michael again. Poor baby already traumatized by y'all weird ass relationship. Okay? But Ashley is hoping that her children don't grow up and resent her for leaving the marriage. They may, Ashley. They may. Essentially, they may absolutely grow up and resent you because you're having little white boys. Like, no disrespect. I know you're biracial, but Dean and Dylan are going to be little white boys with a rich white daddy. At some point, you may absolutely be the scapegoat in their lives. At some point, they're going to have a huge distaste, dislike, anger for you, even though their father will be the one that is an absentee parent once this divorce has been over for a while, if y'all ever do fully get divorced, because we're still questioning. It seems as if Ashley is pretending to get divorced so that she can have story on Real Housewives of Potomac. Her and Michael can play this game. Michael doesn't have to actually be on camera, and she can just, kind of pretend as if she's living this single life, when really they've decided to just have the open marriage and pretend as if they're getting a divorce for a storyline on Real Housewives of Potomac. Like, that's what it's giving, girl. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. But either way, girl, them kids if they end up feeling that way, because ain't nobody staying in a relationship they're not happy in so that these kids can, watch you be, miserable in a household. Girl, go to hell. Nobody's doing that. That's real 2009. That's real, 20. I'm sorry, that's real 1999, 1989, bitch. In 2023 on up, I'ma need for everybody to leave out of relationships they are not happy in. Okay, I'ma need for y'all to just go ahead and say you ain't happy and leave the person if it's all of that. But all of this, like, we gonna pretend like we like each other shit is mad weird to me, Ashley, because I feel like both you and Michael are aging out. So he's aging out of being attractive, even for you. And you're aging out of being attractive for him because you're no longer young and free enough. Okay. So now we're going to stay in a marriage because we have 2 kids and all of this money, but we don't really like each other no more, which is cool. I'm not judging anybody, but I also feel like don't lie to us just so you can keep up appearances or keep a story happening on the show. I'm tired of y'all doing that. Either conceal real shit or tell us the truth, but stop coming to us with bullshit, lying to us about what's going on, trying to confuse us and create story where there really is none. Like, that's what I'm looking at, Ashley, like y'all are pretending like y'all are getting a divorce. That's how I'm starting to feel, and I don't like that. Don't do that. Just separate or live separate lives like people used to do back in the day, if that's what you really gonna do, girl. But anyway, she sit down with Dean. I don't know why she has to tell Dean that he's moving into a new house in third person. Girl, I was like, is that not Dean? Why is she saying it like that? Dean is moving into a new big house. Girl, he's Dean. Stop talking to this baby in third person. Y'all are creating little monsters. I feel like Ashley's children, you're going to have to check on them. We're going to have to make sure that they're okay once they get to a certain age. Because tell me they're not given, we're going to grow up entitled little assholes. Tell me that's not what it's given. Ashley, make sure them children don't turn out to be entitled little assholes. I'm not saying, you got to tie tucker the children. No disrespect, Ty, but we know how you be trying to, keep your daughter in a space of lack so she can appreciate what she has. Like, I understand that and all of that. But at the same time, girl, don't do that. Cause Dean and them, it feel like you creating a little bit monsters in them little white children, girl. Them little white children they about to be a problem. I'm not trying to judge nobody. I'm just saying. Super chat, thank you so much, Preston Pfeiffer, for the super chat. Karen is my girl, but I had to tweet her, stop giving Robin grace and including her in season 8. If it were any of them, Green Eye Bandits would campaign to fire them ASAP. They would. They all, I feel like, are way too nice to the Green Eye Bandits. Thank you so much for that. I agree. Ashley bought a house in that joint LLC with Michael, confirming even more so for me she ain't really trying to leave that man, is that she don't know who gonna pay what. She said the mortgage is $13,000 and she do not want pay that by herself, girl. She said, I do not want to pay no $13,000 mortgage by myself. I don't. No, I don't. And I can't really judge her, but at the same time, stop fronting with us, Ashley, because I do feel like you have the money to afford it and you just acting like you don't. I think Ashley likes to pretend as if she, Bondi, you disappeared. I did? I don't think I did. I see myself. Anyway, yeah. I feel like, damn, I lost my track of thought. $13,000 mortgage. Ashley says it's her house and her house only. Yeah, I feel like Ashley pretends to be poorer on her own than she is so that she can always still use Michael's money. But I think that Ashley has more money than she is admitting. Thank you, Irma Singh, for the super chat. Michael is not walking away from his investment. Ashley could spin the narrative any way she wants because Michael's triflingness is well documented. Ashley ain't going nowhere and neither is Michael. That's what it's giving, Irma. That's what it's giving, girl. Okay, no, I'm still here. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, bitch, Tisha Campbell. Okay, here. I'm still here. Okay, it says you came back. I think that some of y'all had an issue, but it wasn't on my end. You two will be doing stuff sometimes. Child, not they Metro PC's not working. Y'all don't be mean to people. Okay, don't do that. Even though, girl, like, Mia and Karen talk about the bachelorette party. Sharice said Karen will sleep with anything walking when she's drinking. Y'all went out and had and you had sex with a sex worker. I mean, you had sex with a worker in the bathroom. Like, oh my God, Mia, vocal fry. Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. Mia, I'm going to just keep it a buck with you. Karen was really cute. So did you defend me? Because if it were you, I would have defended you. You didn't defend me, Mia. Okay, well, I'm straight off her. Okay, we can be cordial, we can be cool, but I am no longer telling her any of my business because she's not to be trusted. I said, no, she's not. She been not to be trusted though, Karen. Karen, why you just not seeing that your friend Mia been fugazi fake ain't to be trusted, lying ass girl? What? And then I saw you all in Erica De Niro comments trying to act like you was saying something smart. Proofread next time, Mia. Okay, proofread the comment next time, girl. All right. And another thing is, you still stay lying. Okay, you still stay lying. I don't care what you talking about. You lie. You was a lie lawyer. Your ass should have went to law school because all you do on this show is lie. Okay? You're a liar. Ain't nobody about to do this with you. But Karen, you should have been known. Where you been at, Karen? Because Mia been this girl. She's been this girl. Where did you even meet her? How did she even become your friend? So many questions that I need answered because it does not make sense. It does not make sense. Okay? And then Karen says that she doesn't hear Sharice because Sharice lies and she's just very dangerous. I don't have anything. I don't listen to anything Sharice has to say. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I am not upset at Karen or anybody else for ignoring Sharice. You know why? Because you are thirsty to malign Karen because you're jealous. You're jealous. Okay? Yeah, girl, she was in Erica De Niro comments. And I was just like, girl, I don't know what you thought you said, but you didn't say it. You know, don't nobody needs to defend Erica because Erica always got her own back. You know what I'm saying? But I still was like, I'm gonna say something in my video, bitch. I wish you would come in my comments. I wouldn't read it anyway. But Erica be reading y'all comments after the video is over. If it don't pop up on my phone accidentally, girl, I probably don't see it. I ain't got time to be getting these negative comments from y'all trying to make me feel bad because you mad. I ain't got time for that because that's what Sharice was doing. Sharice was trying to make Karen out to be some lying whore, some alcoholic whore, and really it just gives, bitch, you giving alcoholic whore too. Birds of a feather flock together. Why are you trying to out her on Mad Day? What is the point? What is the point of what you are trying to do? I know y'all saw how Ray was right up and down with Karen, up and down the stairs, up and behind the bow. Wherever we going, I'm right here, dear. He's right there. He ain't going nowhere. Okay, so I don't know what's the point of what y'all trying to do. All of this trying to force her to say that she's in an open relationship. Really? Y'all want Karen to say, yes, I'm in an open relationship. I don't have to explain shit to you. Is the real tea. The real tea is Karen don't have to explain nothing to y'all. And yes, I would so love for Karen to be more honest and all of that about whatever it is that is going on between her and Ray. But I feel like she more honest than Robin ass. I feel like we understood since the beginning of this season when she said that eye candy comment, we knew what that meant. And what that meant was, I can do what I want to do, but this my husband, and everybody don't need to know what I do because I want to respect my husband, and I know how people will try to, make my husband seem a certain type of way, and I'm not comfortable with that, so I'm going to keep my business to myself, but we know what it is, okay? So I understand why Karen doesn't want to come out and say it, also because it would give them such great satisfaction to catch her up like that, and I feel like she refuses to give them the satisfaction, and I low-key feel like I understand why. Y'all are like going in on Karen about her relationship with her husband and her relationship with her side dude. Yet Robin, what's going on with Juan? What's going on with the school? It's all over the news, yet we hear nothing about it on the show. Your relationship thereafter all over the place. It's all over the place. And we hear nothing about it on the show. You keep lying to us about how you went did this and that for the wedding, and the wedding didn't happen until 2 months after y'all stopped taping in August. Make it make sense. They just taped the reunion not too long ago, y'all. I feel like they taped the reunion within the last 3 months. I feel like they taped the reunion. The reunion has happened in the new year, if I'm not wrong. Like in January, they taped the reunion, if I'm not wrong. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I feel like either in December or January, they taped the reunion show. Okay? And if that's the case, and Robin got married all the way in August, we've been talking about a lot of this shit the whole time. That reunion better give. Because it don't even make sense. It makes no sense how we didn't get any of this information. We ain't talking about a motherfucking thing that's going on in Robin's life while we're actually on the show, even though all of this stuff was happening around the same time. It don't even make sense. Okay? So I'm bothered. I'm looking at Bravo. I'm looking at Andy Cohen, January 19th. So yeah, y'all done been married. The story, cheatation, all of that. The story about the cheating came out, I feel like, the day after the reunion tape. So they didn't even get a chance to talk about the cheating rumor. So then they're going to do this extra taping to talk about the cheating rumor. So we're going to jump through all of these hoops so we can get this boring ass story from Robin. Y'all should just fire her. I'm annoyed that I feel like they're doing all of these things so that they can keep us interested in Robin's story to bring her back for next season, when really y'all should fucking fire her. This is ridiculous. Then they were on Watch What Happens Live, and Ebony K. Williams is talking about, well, I'm a podcaster, so, I believe in Patreon. Girl, you are just a podcaster at this point. And what I mean is, you're not on a reality show. But if somebody is paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars for your tea, and then you gonna charge us $5.99 for it on Patreon, bitch, the math ain't math, and it's not making sense. She needs to be fired. And y'all, I don't ever like to say somebody need to lose their job, but this is just malfeasance in office, bitch. This is malfeasance in office. And you ain't gonna convince me of nothing else. Try to get my words together. This bitch made me, because I'm just sitting up here like, the audacity of y'all to be jumping through hoops to give us this lackluster ass, we in an open relationship after we got married because we divorced because of some cheating, and I said the nigga was cheating, but now we together. Girl, just say that you gonna stick beside him. It don't matter how he treats you. You admit that y'all in an open relationship. Ain't that some shit? She on the show this whole time talking about what Karen needed to do and wasn't doing it her damn self. It's a whole bunch of hypocrisy, whether she want to admit it or not. Oh my God. Oh my God, the audacity. I feel like it's the light-skinnedness. I'ma just go ahead and tell y'all. It's the light-skinnedness for me. I'm sorry, light-skinned people. It's not all y'all, but some of y'all are a bit audacious. The caucasity of it all. It gives caucasity. Okay? That's what it gives. It gives the audaciousness that only a white person, an American, can have. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Claudette, thank you for the super chat. Did you watch Andy? Oh, we're going to get to it. Thank you. Super chat. Thank you, Shayna. I haven't liked Sharice in season 1 when she said maybe that's how people act in the ghetto, but not in Potomac. Get her out of our faces. Robin, too. Which is so funny. I'm glad you brought that up, Shayna, because Robin's whole issue with Karen is that Karen would act like she was all highbrow when really they viewed her as somewhat country bumpkin who just married rich. Bitch, Sharice and Karen are the same person if that is the case. So can you explain to us why you all up Karen ass, Robin? I think Robin liked Karen and just don't know how to express it. Robin is giving, I am a closeted lesbian. It's giving, I like girls. And I like girls, and it's either I allow them to bully me like Giselle, or I'm an obnoxious, badass little boy who's poking at a girl that I like. And I want to fuck with her because I don't like her, but I like her. That's what Robin gives. Robin gives obnoxious, badass little boy that likes a girl and wants to hit her and pull her hair to show her that he likes her versus just saying that you like her. That's what Robin gives. When it comes to Karen, when it comes to Wendy, I think you and Mia might have more in common than you want to admit, Robin. Hey, Jamila, thank you for the super chat. So basically, she got rewarded for trash behavior. Robin is a white woman, as I've said. The audaciousness, the caucasity. Thank you, Deshanta, for the super chat. I appreciate y'all. And yes, the way they handle Kenya. I've been talking about that since last week. Y'all demoted Kenya, tried to play her like a soybean burger when she didn't want to bring Mark weird ass on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Robin has been on the season, on podcasts, talking, running her mouth all up Karen ass with a damn magnifying glass for seasons. And we done rounded the corner to Juan passing girls around like the true NBA player that he once was. You marrying him with no prenup, lying to us about it, and then only admitting that y'all got married after the cheating rumor came out. Almost, and I'm saying only admitted it because I feel like they were supposed to do it on a reunion show and on the finale, like to announce, oh, we got married in August. Why? Why did you hold on to it for so long? I need for it to make sense, because it doesn't make sense. It really does feel like y'all only got married because the cheating story was going to come out, and Robin doesn't want to continue to be embarrassed the way she has been. Like, I think Robin knows how dumb she looks in this situation with Juan, because I think we all know that there's no way in real life hell that Juan is not fucking other women. Like, there's no way. He doesn't even act interested in you. Every time he talks to you, there is a dismissive annoyance. Like, the way we feel that you're obnoxious, I feel like Juan thinks you're obnoxious too. And I think you and Juan are more like brother and sister friends type of situation. And y'all might be attracted to the same type of woman, which is why y'all both see it for Karen. But I'm going to leave y'all alone about it. Stephanie, thank you for the super chat. Not Robin out here wholesaling her lukewarm tea. Oh yeah. Being real overzealous about what it's worth, girl. Being real overzealous about what it's worth. Hold up. We gonna get to the logistics of everything after the fact, okay? Because I want to get through the show, and then we gonna get to the whole Robin on Watch What Happens Live, because I made notes, okay? Robin shows us us and her parents around her beautiful house, y'all. The house is beautiful. They're just getting everything together. So like, I'm happy for her with that, because I know how important it is to have a home that you feel comfortable and proud of showing off. So good for her when it comes to that. I did notice something about her relationship with her parents. There's a lot of sarcasm, a lot of dry humor and low-key playing. Like, I don't know what Robin's relationship her real relationship is like with her parents, because we know that the parents were there for her and Juan and all of that. And I do feel like we saw more problematic behavior from her parents when she first came on the show, but they kind of cut that shit out, and we haven't seen any more of her family dynamic. But when she and her mom and her dad were walking around the house, the way her mom and dad were like saying stuff, it just kind of made me feel like there's some tension in their relationship. I don't know what's going on, but Robin's mom, I think on some level, is really disappointed in Robin. And you can tell. I don't know what it is, but it's like, you just gonna keep on disappointing me, ain't you, bitch? Like, that's the vibe I get between Robin and her mom. And the dad is just kind of like, I'm here, you know, and I'm a see certain things, and I might throw out a little shady comment and all of that, but I ain't gonna go as hard as your mama. That's what it's giving. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Deshanta, thank you for another super chat. Love your podcast and review. Juan mistress has spoken out and all was a lie. Robin didn't tell the truth. Allegedly, the mistress stated that what Robin said don't make sense and was a lie. Girl, you ain't gotta tell me. I already know. We'll pull a video up when I'm done with this. Girl, we'll be here. Mia goes to the doctor to get the results of her biopsy. It feels as if Mia had swollen lymph nodes and used that as an opportunity to get every little thing on her body tested to see if she had cancer. And that's what I think happened. I think she had swollen lymph nodes. They tested it and told her that she didn't have any cancer. And then every time she found a little bump, rash, bruise, anything, she was having something biopsied at the hospital to make sure it wasn't cancerous. That is the feeling I got from her sit down with the doctor. And the way they tried to sit down and run the timeline to us. Why are you waiting until the end of the season to clarify a timeline that we were asking you about at the beginning of the season? It's what makes me feel like she just was trying to clean it up, but she was purposefully probably finding things on her body to go and get tested so that it would seem as if this was a long, drawn out process when it really wasn't. Giselle takes the girls to get ice cream. She went on a date with Steve. There was no commentary. her girls don't really have the best knowledge of their vagina, which doesn't surprise me. I don't know why y'all, like when she said the school system is failing my daughters, I was like, Giselle, the fact that you have not talked to your daughters about their anatomy is the problem, ma'am. And this is what I'm talking about, where I feel like there are women that have some type of emotional disconnect with their daughters. It's also like a physical sexual one, like where you don't want to have certain conversations because you're so uncomfortable you can't have that conversation. And then you got your girls out here not knowing the difference between your uterus and your urethra. You know what I'm saying? Your urethra. Yeah, they don't know the difference between the two. Okay? And that's a problem. I feel like I knew more about my body because my mom talked to me and bought me books and exposed me. You know, like I was definitely by 12, 13 looking at my vagina with a mirror. So a lot of you women that kind of teach this, oh, that's a nasty thing down there that I have to act like isn't there until I, I'm on my period having sex or have to use the bathroom or there's an issue down there. I'm not here for y'all. And that's the vibe that she gives off. Giselle gives off the vibe of I'm too uncomfortable with talking about sex and, or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to talk about sex or anatomy with my daughters at any point. I'm just going to hope that the schools I sent them to educated them enough, because that's not something I really want to talk to them about. Like that's what it was given. And yeah, I think it's a shame when people put their uncomfortable feelings about facts ahead of giving their children all of the necessary information they need to know, specifically young women, about their bodies. Okay. But she was talking to them about having to get a hysterectomy. Karen talks to Wendy about how Mia didn't have her back, and Wendy was like, don't worry about it, girl, I got your back. And I was like, Wendy, pump your brakes. Because even though Karen did, let it be known that she was not trying to be a part of the bully Wendy campaign that everybody was on at the beginning of the season, I also feel like she was apprehensive about fully stepping up on your behalf. Like I feel like she could have, especially when they went on the trip for her birthday and, Mia didn't want to invite her. So, now y'all just going to go and see Wendy outside of the whole group instead of everybody being like, nah, Wendy's coming back. We not doing this with y'all. So personally, I feel like I want Wendy to scoot back a little bit and just listen. Just listen, girl. Be a listening ear, but stop jumping on everybody's behalf to show that you're the supportive friend, because I feel like that's you being who you are, but they're not like that with you. And so once you realize that, you need to just take a scoot back a little bit and just listen and be a sounding board. Okay. And if you feel like speaking up when y'all are in group settings, go ahead and do that. But ultimately it's not your job or your duty to stick up for Karen, especially because Karen, likes to play neutral a lot. Okay. Oh, thank you for becoming a new subscriber. I appreciate that. Y'all better subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Okay. Candace, like the video, y'all. It's 1,200 of y'all in here and only 428 likes. Oh, y'all trying to play me like a soybean burger, bitch. How you in here stalking me? Okay, listen. I wonder if it's my real stalkers or just the ones online, because y'all know I have real ones. Okay. Hi, real stalkers. Try not to be passive aggressive when you act like you're not stalking me later. Sometimes I feel like being the asshole that I can be sometimes, Okay, be all the asshole you can be sometimes, because people take you to play with. Sometimes you got to remind people, I really just be being nice. Don't get your feelings hurt. I'm really just being nice. Don't get your feelings hurt. Oh my God. Okay, so Candace had her video release party. Candace invited people she loved. Somehow Giselle and Ashley made that list. I feel like I don't care what Ashley and Candace are talking about. They've hunched. Ashley and Candace, you've hunched, and we can tell. Somehow, yeah. Okay. So Sharice is there, and she clocks Karen as soon as Karen and Ray walk through the door, and Giselle, being the true, mean girl on your shoulder, amping you up, putting a battery in your back, girl. And I wonder if she gonna come over here, because I know she saw you. She saw you as soon as she walked through the door. No, bitch. Sharice saw Karen as soon as Karen walked through the door. Karen is living her life, and you're convincing Sharice that Karen has Sharice on her brain or something like that, when really it's the other way around. Y'all are weird as fuck. Like y'all literally are reminding me of the two homegirls on Bebe's Kids. You know he still love you. That's what it's giving. It's giving, I'm gonna put a battery in my friend back and buck her up to look a fool. That's what Giselle gives. She buck up Robin, she buck up Cherie, she buck y'all up to look a fool so she can sit back and just, giggle and be the friend that has your back, but then low key kind of be like, girl, you ain't seen me out here like that. Girl, I really would love to hear the conversations that Giselle has with her real friends about Robin. Anyway, where was I in the notes? Giselle is acting like, yeah, okay. Ashley tells Wendy that Mia said Wendy wanted her cookie, and Wendy was like, oh my God, Mia, what are you talking about? Say, first of all, stop screaming, Wendy. You're screaming. What's happening? Bring it down. Okay. And she basically was like, Mia, you were the one whispering in my ear saying you wanted to eat my box. What are you talking about? And Ashley was like, you did say you wanted to eat our box. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody's like making fun. And then Wendy and Mia end up hugging, even though it seems as if I would be looking at Wendy, I would be looking at Mia like, so when you came up to me and whispered in my ear and told me you wanted to taste my box, let me know. Did you intend at that moment to turn around and tell everybody that the reason why we haven't gotten along is because we have some underlying sexual tension where I want you, even though you're the one that propositioned me? See, you bitches are weird. And that's why when you bisexual, you got to be real careful about these, okay? Because they will chase you and then act like you stalked them. It's really weird. Like you did them something. Bitch, you chased me. You asked me what it was hitting for. Okay? And I gave you a little taste, and look at you running around acting like somebody was chasing you. You can't even handle it. Look at you. It's so sad. But yeah, I feel like, Wendy, when you realize that somebody is willing to lie on you like that, you need to stop being so nice. Mia is willing to lie on you about wanting her. And if she, like, to me, it almost gives, if Wendy was a man, it would give like a sexual harassment tea. Like you lying, saying somebody sexually harassed you when they really didn't. Like that's low key the energy that I feel like Mia was in when she went back and told all of the other girls that Wendy just wanted her. And that was the reason why they had this tension this whole time. No, bitch, y'all have tension because you jealous of how smooth that lady's skin is. You jealous of the fact that she was able to, well, first of all, I think you jealous from day one because she has the support of her mother. That's another thing me and Sydney were talking about, how the girls who did not have the support of their mothers, how they often are envious of the women who do have support from their mothers. Okay? Tisha and Mel. I'm going to leave it alone, girl. But that's what it feels like. It also feels like that with Ashley and Candace. Say what you want to, but based on what Ashley told us season 1, her mama was willing to just throw her away to go and do whatever she wanted to do. You didn't support Ashley the way Candace's mama supported her. Just as I feel like we already know that Mia's mama didn't support her the way Wendy's mama supports her. Wendy's mom is always at the house helping take care of those kids. Those are her grandkids. Mia gotta argue and fight with her mama, so she says, to come around and watch the kids. So for me, like, I just kind of feel like this is one of them times where y'all low-key be jealous. And y'all don't want to, y'all want to act like it's always something else, but really you just jealous. Like, you're jealous that y'all have different types of, I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you're jealous. Thank you, Mia La Americana, for the super chat. I want a blogger summer house show on Peacock featuring you, Erica, Keisha, Grace, Niecy, Brooke, Mims, Aaron, Scotty, and hosted by Funky and Kempire. Oh, okay, yeah, no. No. Thank you for that. And I would need Jamie to be in there. And no. And Ashley. I would definitely need for Ashley to be in there. Like, where is Ashley? I don't see Ashley. I would need Ashley Shy Miller to be in there. Because Ashley is the person that you're going to put the camera on when shit is going on. Because she going to give you the facial expression that the audience is probably... Child, I'm sorry. If Ashley would have to sign up in order for me to do that. Like, that would be a part of my shit. Like, Ashley Shaw Miller has to be there in order for me to be there. Oh my God. Yes, Bondy. I'm glad you see it. Giselle is very goofy and dingy. I think she looks pretty from the neck up, but the minute she opens her mouth, the end. Thank you, Irma, for the super chat. And you are very right. Okay, that's how I feel about it. You can get the attention of a man, but can you keep it? Probably not. And a lot of these niggas ain't to be kept. They're to be experienced and passed on. But that's just my opinion on them. Anyways. So Candace plays the video. Mia and Giselle hate on her a tad bit. Giselle, don't remember. Oh, you don't remember? Because you're a hater and you don't have anything else going for you but your face. So, of course, you're not going to pay attention when other people who also have a beautiful face have talents. Okay? Child, don't Giselle give you, back in the beauty pageant days, she would just, twirl a baton. Bitch, get up there and twirl a baton. Okay? Anyway, Giselle asked, Robin got there late. Giselle asked Karen in front of Ray, did Mia tell her that she called her a prostitute? I said, oh, look at you trying to cause issue with her and her husband. Look at you. Look at you trying to cause issue. Gonna ask that lady about being called a fucking prostitute in front of her husband. You ain't shit. Okay? Mia joins the conversation and Mia tells Giselle, hold up, wait a minute. I did not call her a prostitute. I asked. Mia, why would you be asking if your friend is a prostitute as if you don't know her? That was really annoying to me. Karen was like, listen. I understand, girls, but I, thank God, have never had to sell my pute. And Ashley says, well, someone in your community, Karen, that I'm, have mutual friends with actually did tell me about, this one guy, that they're talking about. Okay. And Karen said, well, listen, I did not have sexual relations with that man, okay? And I don't know what any of you guys are talking about. Then Charisse comes over. Listen, so thirsty for attention. It was really pathetic. And I'm sorry to say it like that because I do realize we're on a reality show. We all trying to get camera time. That's the point. But it was something about the way Charisse kind of slid it in like, did you have a problem with me? Did you have something to say to me? No, bitch. How many times does Karen have to tell you, I don't have anything to say to you, bitch? I don't even see you. Karen said, I don't even know why you're breathing in my direction right now. I have nothing to say to you. I don't want to listen to everything you have to say. I don't care. I'm not engaging. I am disengaging. Okay? Karen does not want to have a altercation, a conversation, a moment with Charisse any further, and y'all keep trying to force it. Robin is then like, I knew she was going to do this. I knew she was just going to walk away, deflect and walk away. It's like, Robin, the hypocrisy of you being the fucking peanut gallery, always judging Karen for not wanting to give up her information. And then you set your ass on Watch What Happens Live last night and said, I don't expect people to just give up all of the information on themselves and tell on themselves when it's something that serious. I don't expect that. Bitch, you didn't, because it damn sure feel like you expected it in this moment. It absolutely felt like for the umpteenth time this season, y'all expected Karen to give y'all secret information on her relationships that you are not deserving of. You're not trustworthy. Charisse has already ran and tell that with whatever information that Karen gave her before. So why the fuck would I share anything with you batches going forward? Why? Why would I do that? That makes no sense. It doesn't. Karen... Like, if I was Karen, I wouldn't give you hoes nothing. When Karen said, Ray, they're doing too much, Ray. Let's go, Ray. They're doing too much. I was not mad at her. Everybody wants to be mad at Karen from not, deflecting and running out of the room. But when y'all are having y'all own shit going on and y'all continuously trying to come at me when my shit is good over here. My man know what it is. I know what it is. We're good, bitch. Whatever I got going on, we're good. What's going on with you and Juan, Robin? What about all of these men, all of these suitors that Giselle is seeing? We haven't heard him know how about none of that. But we want to keep having the same old ass conversation about blue eyes with Karen. Give me a motherfucking break. Give me a break with the hypocrisy and the bullshit. And do y'all remember how upset Robin was with that 2 episodes ago when they were out of town, and she was like, I can't wait for everybody to see exactly who you are. The fucking fucking grave that you did for somebody else, bitch, you better be ready to lay in it for yourself, because that's exactly what happened. You tried to set up a narrative on Karen, and that shit flipped on you so hard. And that's why when you do have your dirt going on in your life that you don't want to be put out there, you shouldn't be trying to swim around in somebody else's shit the way you were. You were really trying to deep dive swim in whatever the fuck Karen had going on. You may have played it cool and safe on the Chris and Candace situation, but ultimately when it came to Karen, you was willing to dig your fucking feet into that lady's life. Meanwhile, you hiding all kind of shit that's going on over there with you and Juan. And so regular people who, if they got their own shit going on and they don't want their shit on Front Street, they not gonna out somebody else's, and they damn sure not gonna keep pointing and picking and prodding at them because they don't want their shit on Front Street. Robin, why are you this dumb? I need to understand, because to me, you set this up for yourself. Honestly, I hope even more information comes out. I want even more information about you being embarrassed by Juan to come out, because I don't like the vitriol and the sheer enjoyment that you had in trying to tear Karen apart when you really had your own shit going on this whole time. You supposed to be quiet, bitch. You supposed to just sit back and watch everybody. You're not supposed to be digging into their shit when you got your own. You're dumb. You're so dumb. Oh my God. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Messy Miles. Like, the Lord is so angry with you. Oh my God. Okay? But anyway, y'all, Mia pulls Karen to the side, and Ray was like, I don't want to hit. I don't need to hit. I was like, I know that's right. Get the fuck out of here. I already did this bullshit. So Ray walks away, and Mia is like, well, I wanted to tell you, Karen, that I actually heard this. I know you want to put it all on Charisse and say it's all Charisse, but it's not just Charisse, okay? Because I've heard this story from someone else that I didn't even think that Charisse knows them. But I heard from this guy, you know, this restaurant, right? Okay, the owner said that you slept with his friend and you were like in Vegas having sex with him in a bathroom. And the way Karen's face went, I was just like, damn, Karen, that one was true, huh? Yeah, Karen, that one was true. I'ma just tell y'all, I do believe Karen is probably known to take a nigga in the bathroom and have a little quick moment right quick and then be on her merry way. And guess what? I don't have anything to say about that. But more power to you, bitch. I hope the time in the bathroom was well spent. Because essentially you want us to be mad at Karen because Karen was out here looking to bust a nut. Is that what I'm to believe? And Mia, the fact that you felt as if you could, the way y'all bring the information like you trying to hold somebody to task, but at the same time saying, listen, and that's what it is, then cool. Just say that, bitch. You don't just say anything with your lying ass. I don't need to hear from none of y'all about what Karen need to be doing when all of y'all are on here lying. I don't see Karen all in everybody's business. The only thing she kept asking about was that fucking wedding because she knew it was fake. And she was about tired like everybody else of old girl telling us she gonna get married every season so she can come back and not giving us a damn thing when we get there. Okay, thank you, was it Mara? I hope that's right. Thank you for the super chat. Regular Robin thinks she's slick, and the timeline of this wedding is just all, bro. When they said August, I said she got married in August, and we're just now hearing about it in January. I don't think it makes sense. The timeline doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But I'm gonna leave it alone, girl, because I ain't got time. Anyway, Robin, let's see what else because I want to make sure I cover everything. Yeah, Karen was like, I'm leaving. I ain't got time for this. Fuck you, Mia. And I'm with her on that. Giselle asked Candace about talking to Chris, and Candace says he does not want to discuss that today. He will have that conversation with you guys, but he doesn't want to have that conversation today. It was very much obvious that this was the last day of taping, so everybody felt like they needed to get these conversations out of the way before the end of taping. So now Ashley wants to confront Chris because he threatened her on Twitter when he told her that she would regret lying on him. Ashley, I want you and your forehead to go and sit down. I really do. I want you and your balloon-sized head. What did I say? What did I say? Girl, sit the fuck down somewhere. First of all, they put a flower in a poll to represent Karen since she left. Candace toasts the group. Ashley tells Candace that she wants to speak to Chris. Candace says he doesn't want to take away from the moment. Ashley said, who said I was going to be hostile? Who said that? Candace says that's the thing. We just don't know. We just don't know. Ashley says, well, really, whether his actions were meant to be innocuous or not, they were received that way. Candace says, by your friend that looks like Sesame Street. She had the Sesame Street glare in her eyes. Okay? No, I don't believe my husband was trying to get with your facially challenged friend. No, I don't believe that. Ashley said, so now you're saying that my very attractive friend is too ugly for your husband. Oh, okay, Candace. You know what? I'm grown. He's right there. I'm going to go talk to him if I want to. Okay, incoming. He said, she says, listen, I just really didn't like the tweet, Chris. I felt like you were threatening me. He says, well, I was saying that if someone wants to lie on me, they're going to regret lying on me because I'm not going to just take it sitting fucking down. And then he apologized for cursing at her. And I really do appreciate Chris wanting to be careful with women. But what I want for him to do is not give a fuck about cursing Ashley's ass out because you never had a problem with cursing at Candace on camera. First the fuck all. And I'm just saying that I think that Chris sometimes values whiteness and light skin. Like we made, yes, you love Candace, you love your chocolate woman, all of that shit, Chris. But there is something that makes us feel like you are often trying way too hard to be friends to these people, as if you are also swept up in the colorism, closeness to whiteness bullshit, where you have to constantly give grace and care about disrespecting Ashley as she stands in your face and tells you that your actions were questionable, even though we all know that Chris did nothing wrong. Ashley, we have watched this tape over and over again. For you to act as if that man did something wrong, questionable, by standing at the fucking bar next to your weird ass, thirsty, pathetic ass friend, girl, please. He didn't do anything wrong. That's why when you said his actions were questionable and he blew up on you, what did I say wrong? You're continuing to insinuate that Chris did something wrong and he did not. And that is how you know that they have been meeting up, having conversations for seasons about the way they're going to lie about somebody else so that they don't have to focus on their own lives. Chris walks away. Candace follows behind him and says, listen, I know I am done trying to be a real friend to Ashley. She just will never be able to understand, the life that I've become accustomed to, that she can't even dream of in her ashy life, she can't even dream about in her ashy dreams. Okay. And I respect what she was saying because that's the truth of the matter. No matter how y'all slice it, y'all, and I've always said this, it really goes back simply goes back to the fact that Ashley has seen Candace as somebody that's had a better life than her, and she's jealous. Mama was there, money, comfortable upbringing, and y'all still ended up in the same space. And on some level, this is where the colorism comes in, y'all. It's the way that they treat everybody, but it is the way they see themselves in comparison. Because Wendy and Candace are dark-complected women and on the same set, same stage, better situations than some of these women who are lighter, who have probably had an understanding about themselves being lighter, meaning that they have a better footing in life because they look a certain way. So when you come into contact with the Candaces and the Wendy's of the world that are darker than you, that are more successful than you, that have more money than you, that didn't have to get cheated on several times by their men, that don't have to lay up under nasty old men, Mia, for the money, then y'all innately get jealous of Wendy being smart and beautiful and having a young, attractive husband and beautiful children and money and in prestige. Okay, and intellect, as well as being on this catty ass show. And then you're mad at Candace because she came from two doctor parents that had money, and she had the comfortable, cushy, country club lifestyle growing up. Meanwhile, Ashley is having to find out where she gonna eat because her mama under the bridge with some broke nigga. Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely giving. Y'all are just base level jealous of these women, and y'all try to find ways to exploit anything you find as a weakness in them to make yourself feel better about having to stand next to them while they are more impressive than you, even though you're lighter. That's just how I feel about it. You can feel differently, but this is why I say that I don't think that Ashley is innately a colorist. I think she's an opportunist, but I do think she probably sees herself a certain way because of the way she looks more close to white. Same thing with Robin and Giselle. They're Mia too. The proximity to whiteness makes them feel as if they should have better lives than women who are not that close to whiteness. And that's just, I'm sorry, that's how I feel about it, it's how I see it. There's no other reason why you should feel like you need to go after Candace and Wendy every chance that y'all get. And really, I feel like they probably wouldn't even go at Karen. Giselle doesn't even go at Karen as much as Robin does. That's because Robin has it in for Karen for some reason. But I personally feel like they don't like Giselle is the true colorist, and everybody else is just like falling in line with what's easiest for them, what narrative, what group it's easiest to be a part of, what's in their best interest. That's what they're going along with. But Giselle is working from a certain set of ideals about herself and about the world around her, and everybody is supposed to fit into that dynamic. And the weak personalities that she comes into contact with, who she can act as if she's stone cold against, they will acquiesce to her mean girl antics. Y'all need people on this show that's gonna tell all of them to eat out my ass with a spoon. This is who y'all need, some people on this show that's gonna stop being bullied like this. And that's why we like Karen, because they try to bully her and she simply won't allow it. Like, whether you want to call it deflecting or whatever y'all want to say about Karen, there is a point of this where I feel like they started to try to beat up on Karen about the taxes, about Ray, about her cheating, about her house, where she's living, about her money. All of these things that everybody has issues going through, they would try to exploit those things. Robin specifically. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're paying attention to the way they're handling the group, then you can see how they really feel about one another. And I feel like Giselle is the true colorist. Robin is just the background dancer who can act out whatever she wants to act out because she's a part of the clique. Same thing with Mia. You're a part of the clique. So now you can start issues with Wendy out of nowhere. And Karen, I think Karen, because she won't be bullied and she won't play second fiddle to Giselle the way Giselle would have liked her to, she just automatically becomes an antagonist to Robin and Giselle. It was just like an automatic thing. But yeah, it's definitely colorism on this show. Thank you so much, Vonday, for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, love you. Just coming to show some love. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. But yes, enough about that. Ashley doesn't think she did anything wrong. Yes, you did. You did with your messy ass. Ashley moved into her new home in October. Chris is no longer working at that hotel. I wonder if those allegations this season had anything to do with why Chris is no longer working at that hotel. Candace is on tour. Karen has 5 more shows for her evening with the Grand Dame. And Ray is right on her side. Giselle removed her uterus and has many suitors. I don't care because we have not seen them. Wendy is kickboxing and drinking a gallon of water a day. So next time Robin decides she wants to roll up on her, she can get kicked in the puss. Mia and Gordon lost control of several of their franchises and moved out of their Potomac home. I wonder if we're going to pick fun at them all next season for their money woes, the way we did Karen. Robin didn't get the prenup, but she got married 2 months after the season wrapped, August 24th. I don't believe it. Something about it doesn't seem right, but okay. Robin pointed her middle finger at us during the wedding, the little wedding that they did at the end with just her parents and the boys. It was very beautiful. And then she walks to the end of the dock and she turns around and she throws her bouquet in the air as if she's won something by being with a man she can't trust for an additional 20 years of her life. Like, Robin, you didn't win anything when you married Juan, and you weren't doing anything to us by marrying Juan. I don't know, what did you think was happening in that moment? Like, the only reason we thought that you were never going to marry Juan was because, bitch, you never seemed to marry Juan. Juan didn't seem to like you. Whenever y'all were on camera together, there was no sexual chemistry. He didn't seem to be that nice to you. He seems to be only, like, dealing with you because of the kids. Like, it doesn't seem like he really see it for you like that. At least that's not what we see on camera. And you decided to be with him even after y'all divorced, even after he cheated, even after he didn't like you, even after he disrespected you. You still chose to be with him. So it seems as if you're willing to take the short end of the stick in this relationship with Juan. That is what everybody has been seeing. You marrying Juan, like, I feel like you thought that was hurting us, and it wasn't. Like, that did not hurt us for you to marry Juan, girl. We're glad something finally happened, but it still seems fucking fake. And I know you say you don't care about what we think. I don't believe that. I think you do care what we think, especially when what we think starts to affect your job. Because I see a whole bunch of videos talking about whether she should be fired or not. So yeah, it's just, it's total and utter bullshit. Okay, hold up. Vonde, thank you so much. I didn't even realize that was $100. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you a lot. Felicia, thank you so much for the super chat. The way they all looked at them when Candace thanked her husband, they looked like, dang, it didn't work. I know, just so upset that y'all did not crush them people marriage. Like, just pathetic. Thank you, Bianca. Ashley bothering Chris with mess despite Candace telling her not to warrant Zeus network reactional behavior. Ashley need a knot on that 5 head. Listen, I told you not to talk to my husband, bitch. But you know what? I appreciate you for that. Your opinion and your super chat. I do. But I like the way Candace handled it because it didn't put her in the, you made this worse pot. Because had she responded like that, the way we all feel like she should have responded, girl, in real life, then they would have made her the bad guy, even though everybody was playing in her face that whole time. Thank you, Courtney, for the super chat. Hey, Bondi, I'm late to the live, but wanted to know if you talked about Martell outing Mel's new man. No, I have not talked about that. And it's because I'm trying to figure out where everybody got the evidence that was Mel's man. I know that it's being talked about, but I feel like, yeah, I haven't seen any real evidence that the people go together. Thank you, Blurred Up Reacts, for the super chat. I don't even watch this show like that. Binge it over the weekend. Bravo. Clean it up. This ish isn't over at this point. Neck and Rob need Iyanla. Thank you so much. And yes, they do. Okay. Thank you, Mia. I wonder how Gizzy treats her brown daughters. Listen, as an emotional support blanket, them little girls is tired of her. They probably can't wait to go away to college. So yes, Robin pointed her middle finger and told us to kiss her ass as she walked down the dock with Juan. And then 5 months later, shout out to production, 5 months later, she told everyone that he had an inappropriate relationship with that young woman. Okay. And so then we get to Watch What Happens Live. It's 674 likes on here and there are 1,500 people in the room. So before I get into what happened on Watch What Happens Live, I need them likes to go up. And I'll wait. Let's see. Tisha and Robin are in the same boat. They battle with trying to prove the view is wrong, but in the midst of doing that, they suffering in reality behind closed doors with men who we all see are trash. Like, girl, I don't know why you think you hurting us staying with trash ass men. Shariz, thank you for the super chat. The mistress just dropped an interview. Robin live. I know we're gonna get into that in a minute. I'm just waiting on y'all to like the video some more. I feel like I can get at least 800 likes. And when I get to 800 likes, we'll get to Andy questioning Rob. So I'm gonna give y'all a second. I'm gonna give y'all a little second to do that. Hold up. And while y'all are doing it, while y'all are liking the video, let me go ahead and pull up this interview that y'all are telling me about, because I saw somebody put it. Giorgio says, okay, put it in. Let's see. Okay, it's like a 13-minute. Okay, so we gonna check out his commentary in a minute. I don't want to play the whole video like that. But I do want to see what he's talking about, because yeah, it's an exclusive. It's an exclusive phone interview. Okay, we're gonna listen to it on speed, and then we're gonna get into some things. Okay. But first, let's get into what happened on Watch What Happens Live before we bring up Giorgio's YouTube video. I think I see 770 likes. I think that's real cute. I feel like we can get to 800. And when we get to 800, then we can go ahead and get into it. Keisha, thank you for the super chat. Pair character punch in the air with fist and bump written on it. Too funny. Kim Cat, thank you for the super chat. Robin lies so much. Let's see the marriage license. I mean, can we see the marriage license? We probably won't. Okay, we probably won't, girl. Okay, it's $7.95. Okay, that's real cute. That's real cute. 5 miles to empty, and my heart is running low. Oh, I need a good man to fill me up. I need a good man. Okay, we're good now. Okay, we're good now. We can do it now. Okay, so Andy questions Robin. Child, when the lights changed and she looked around, I giggled. She keeps bringing up the woman being from Canada. I don't know why she keeps bringing that up as if that has like any, it was during COVID and she's all the way in Canada. Girl, that matters not. That has nothing to do with the story that this woman is from Canada, and she keeps bringing it up as if it proves something. I don't know. She said that the woman decided, for whatever reason, to fly to Maryland. What do you mean for whatever reason? She was coming to hop on Juan's peen. That's what it's giving. Okay. Then she says the woman told Juan she was already dating another athlete. But then she calls Juan and says that her purse was stolen and she needed him to come and pay for her second night at the hotel. So he comes in and puts his card on the counter and then just walks out. I said, Robin, that's a lie. Robin, the way you told the story, just let me be clear. Juan meets a woman online, only talks to her online, never meets her in person. Then out of the blue, she calls him crying, saying that I need help. And he's only talked to her on Instagram, and he still decides to go and put his credit card down to pay for a stranger's hotel, even though he was told she was coming down here to be with some other high profile man. Am I to believe that's true? Girl, Robin, that sounds like bullshit. I don't know a man that's going to put no hotel, like pay for no hotel for somebody they not fucking. These men like barely want to be nice to the women that they are fucking. They barely want to pump your gas. They barely want to open up a door for you, girl. They want to fuck you at the end of the night, and they barely want to be a gentleman about it. And you want me to believe that he went and paid for a hotel for a woman that he don't even know like that? I'm telling you, he didn't do that. I'm telling you, he didn't do that. I don't know any dude, and Juan is not nice enough to you, his wife. He's not nice enough to you, his baby mama, in front of people, in order for me to believe that that man will go and put his fucking credit card down for a woman that he met on Instagram. No, it doesn't make sense. Especially considering the fact that y'all are on a reality show. Okay? Anyway, Andy says, well, this sounds like BS. Robin says that she thought it was BS at first too, but now she believes Juan because of what the woman revealed. I said, girl, what? That doesn't even make any sense. So what you want us to believe is that because the girl put y'all on blast, that means she lying? You sound dumb. Andy says, how do you stay silent about your issues while talking about other people's marriages? Robin says it was in the back of her mind and they had moved past it. And, it just didn't make sense for her to raise her hand and say, pick me. And Andy said, well, no, but you're being paid to share your life. It's not about raise your hand, pick me to out me. No, it's about I'm being paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to share my life. And it's happened in my life. Therefore, share. Like, hello. And Robin is acting like she doesn't understand that. It wasn't an issue at the moment. So you're going to keep going back and forth with us about that and not take any accountability for the fact that you were withholding information. You are cheating these people. Robin is literally stealing money from these people and they're just cool with it. Andy says, but, it had been a part of your life and you didn't share it. She says, well, not at the moment of taping. Andy says you withheld info and then you went to sell it behind a paywall. And then she act like, I talked about the same things for free. That's not the point. And I'm mad that Andy didn't hold her feet to the fire about that. We are paying you for your life. So the audacity of you to only want to share the details on your fucking podcast, but the paid version of your podcast is utter foolishness. Utter foolishness. You know why? Because she's not getting paid as much for Patreon as she is for Real Housewives of Potomac. That's why it doesn't make any sense for you to withhold the entire storyline and then give us that little tea on the back end when that was the same thing you said from Jump Street. That was the same thing. We're in an open relationship. He didn't really do anything. He didn't really cheat. Girl, it's all lies. People were paying for you to lie and not even be honest about how you were feeling about it. So I just kind of was like, girl, you are gypping people out of their money. Your Patreon members are getting gypped out of their fucking money. I'm saying, like, if they paid so that they can get tea nobody else is getting, they didn't get any tea. Any true tea. They didn't get any true tea. They got lukewarm shit that you were recycling. I would have been mad if I was Andy and Bravo. Like, seriously. There's no way she will be getting paid full check if she were to come back. Okay. What else? Ashley and Giselle knew about it ahead of time and didn't say anything. Chris felt away about that, but then said he didn't blame Robin. Chris, I have a real issue with y'all refusing to see Robin as a part of the problem. You and Candace. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all, but I'm so tired of y'all trying to find ways to give this lady grace when she's just as much a part of the bullshit as Giselle is. Okay. They all knew about what the fuck was going on with Robin and nobody said anything. But y'all gonna let them run through Karen's information, run through Chris's shit. Like, really? And I really feel like I'm looking at Wendy and Candace like y'all knew about this shit with Robin too and y'all didn't say nothing either. All of y'all are full of shit to me because I feel like it should have been somebody besides Karen outing it. And when Karen outed it, I'm annoyed that more of y'all didn't speak up and say that y'all had heard more information on Juan than that. It should have been a fucking domino effect of y'all giving out stories y'all had heard about Juan because it was more than just the one that we heard. But anyway, I'm just saying because that's what they would have done to y'all. That's what they want to do. That's what they would have done to y'all. Candace, that is what they did to you, Candace. Candace, they piled on you. Giselle said something, and then Ashley came with her weird-looking friend, and then Mia lied and said Chris was staring at her at the party. They piled on you and your husband, and you sat here and said absolutely nothing about the shit you knew about Robin Wine this whole time because what? She's your real friend? Okay, girl. Sure. Anyway, Robin expects Wendy to lie for Candace the way Giselle lied for her, but she doesn't know why Ashley was even involved. Girl, please. You may not like Ashley, but Ashley is a part of the clique. She laughed Karen off, but she has skeletons in her closet. Well, we all have skeletons in our closet. I don't expect for, Karen to, bring her stuff up on the show, especially if it's something so damaging. But throughout the entire season, we repeatedly saw you calling Karen fake and trying to hold her to task, but not wanting to talk about her open relationship with her husband. You wanted her to talk about that. You were calling her fake and everything else, rolling your eyes every time she said something. I knew she was going to do this. And you were doing the exact same thing. At least Karen was showing up to the job and we knew something. Karen showed up to the job every day with all of this shit going on and did her job, look cute, and walked the fuck out. And you was upset about it. Meanwhile, you had all of this stuff going on during the season and we didn't hear a peep about it all season. But you gonna come in here late talking about you had to go and you had to go to the bridal shop. For what? Girl, if y'all don't get out of my face with this, and Ebony K. Williams, I can't stand when women act like they're about that life. And what I mean is, Ebony K. Williams likes to act like Nuck if you buck tight. You know what I'm saying? Not fighting, but with her words. She likes to act like, oh, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to gather everybody. I'm going to get everybody together with my hard R's and all of that. But then when they ask you about Robin, you were talking about how she concedes nothing and it's actually really good for her. But that's not good for a reality star. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Oh my God. DeQuasia, thank you so much for the super chat. I think what was worse is that she tried to use her position to create a paywall through a platform that regular content creators like yourself actually use on a daily basis to create extra income. That was the gag for me. It's honestly, I see a lot of these people who are higher profile, who have access to way more money, and yet they still come and try to do what YouTubers do. It's very... girl, I'll let you have it. I don't care. Live your life. Do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm still going to be over here being the example for y'all to follow. Preston Pfeiffer, thank you for the super chat. My thing is, how the lady she get back into Canada with no wallet? And if she had a passport, why couldn't she use that for her room? Ooh, a lot of things that don't make sense. Bianca, thank you for the super chat. Robin made a point to flip us off and signed for us to kiss her ass at the end of the wedding video. Oh, you care what we think and have to say. Exactly. Hey, Adrian, thank you for the super chat. Why didn't the Ravens player pay for the room? What card was used to book the room in the first place? If she lost her wallet, how did she get on an international flight without ID? I have questions. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and see. Let's bring it up. Okay. All right. Hold up, girl. We're gonna make it a little cuter. Okay. Okay. Y'all gonna do me like this? That is so disrespectful. I was trying to get it to be bigger, y'all, but it's just gonna play in my face like this. But shout out to Giorgio. Okay, Giorgio says, y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Okay, y'all know I don't like, stealing nobody content, but I do want to hear what he have to say, and I ain't watched it yet, so let's speed through.
It's a story about Juan having an alleged mistress while Robin and him lied. It's clear to me that maybe Juan told this story and wants to leave it at that, and Robin is just going with it.
Yes.
However, there's a lot of things that Robin states
that don't make sense.
On her pod, you for doing this. I know we had to
Let's get into the interview.
But like I've been saying, which you already said, you reached out to Juan. So that is correct, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
So you reached out to Juan first, and then he obviously entertained the conversation, as we saw.
Yes.
Reached out to him that you had told him that you were coming to Maryland because you were dating a Ravens football player or something like that. Can you talk about that? Because that didn't add up from what you had said to me initially.
Yeah, I have no idea where that story came from. It's very confusing. I had no reason to go to Maryland other than to see Juan.
Oh.
And how long were you guys talking before you came to Maryland the first time?
It was like a year, I want to say at least a year, because there was restrictions with COVID, that is true, and there was no crossing the border at the time.
Okay, so that part is true. There was, I do recall that. So, but yes. once the restrictions were lifted...
Still has nothing to do with the story, just saying.
That's when you made the plan to come. But was it that you offered, or was he the one that said, come visit me?
It was both. It was definitely both of us. We both wanted to meet each other, and we both were just waiting for the restrictions to be lifted. It was always a plan. It was always in the works.
Oh.
And so you guys didn't just talk via texting or DMs, right? Like, did you guys ever talk on the phone or FaceTime?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, all the time.
So
she said all the time.
Says that let's jump to when you're in Maryland. So you get to Maryland. What was the plan? You got to Maryland, and then what?
I was just going to meet him at the hotel and just get settled in, I guess.
Okay. And so the part where Robin suggests that you called Juan when you, I guess, she said that, well, firstly, she said that your wallet was stolen in the casino, and then on Watch What Happens Live, she said that you lost your wallet, so this is what prompted you to call Juan, and then Juan, being the Good Samaritan, drove to the hotel to put his card down and then left. Can you clarify that?
I don't know what to say to that, because it's just outrageous.
Like, it doesn't make sense, you mean?
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, any of it, so.
So you and Juan did hang out when you were here?
Correct.
Okay, so it wasn't he just came and put the card down and left. And was that part of his story then, the part about the casino? Because you didn't say anything about that to me.
Like I said, this is the first time I'm kind of hearing these things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really
It's the first time I'm hearing these things.
because I have never heard of these stories before.
Do you feel like Juan gave her the story that she has regurgitated to all of us?
Definitely.
Okay. And then did Juan ever tell you that there was any sort of like real relationship with Robin when you guys started talking, or was that clear to you when you guys were talking? Like, did you know that they were in a like relationship, or did it?
Very clear that the relationship was for TV. Like it was for the fans. It was a paycheck.
We already know.
That
We
was
already
just
know.
their obligation, right? And they needed to do what they needed to do pretty much for TV. And he made it clear that he does have that respect for Robin, but it was not a real relationship. There was no. It was just not like a,
Which he said in a closet, what that was 3 seasons ago. 4 seasons ago, that man said that he wanted a real relationship. He wanted to share his life with somebody. He wanted to share my love. Come share love. Okay.
a real loving relationship. It was just more of co-parenting
Share
and,
my
kind of best buddies.
So then, with that, it's clear that he didn't want to tell her the real story for whatever reason, even though you would think that they would be fine with it if it's just for TV. But now, one last thing. She had also mentioned that you sent Juan a request via Zelle or something for $4,000, basically, I guess, insinuating that you were asking for the money in order to not go to the blogs or something to that. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, it's a little outrageous, and I wish she would have put more thought into her statement because I am in Canada. I am a Canadian citizen. And in 2023, we don't have Zelle. We don't accept Zelle. I can't request Zelle. I don't have access to that on my phone. There's other means of sending money for Canadians, and Zelle just is not an option. And
Ooh. Bitch said we don't even have access to Zelle in Canada.
I know that. So I just think it's, once again, outrageous.
And that part I think is interesting because I didn't realize that Zelle wasn't available in Canada, but from what you're saying, it's never been available. So, so you did not request $4,000 from Juan. Okay. Okay. And then
Straight up lied.
The end of all this, where you stop talking to Juan, that is when you're referring to the friend coming to the door and exposing himself. But Robin's claimed that the friend was there in lieu of Juan taking you around, and so the friend was there merely to just kind of take you where you wanted to go, which I think she said you wanted to go to a couple of places that also didn't really make sense. Like, why would you come all the way to Maryland just to go to Western Union? But, so that's not true. You did not hang out with a friend at all outside of that inappropriate behavior that he displayed.
No, we did not hang out. I never met him in my life. And I had no pre-existing knowledge that he was coming to the hotel to do what he did.
All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it at that. And y'all can go check out the rest. Okay, on Giorgio's channel. Okay, because there's a little bit left. So I don't know whatever tea he about to spill at the end of that. But y'all can go check it out. I'll go check it out later. And, you know, if more happens, we'll talk about it. But, girl, that was enough for me. They don't even have Zelle. I am outdone. I am outdone by the lies. Okay, I'm really gonna need for y'all to get better at this. Giselle, Robin, Giselle, Juan. I'm gonna need all you guys to get better at lying. This is terrible. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Her reason she gave for not liking Wendy was weak. Wendy has never treated her like she was beneath her. That would be her friend neck and ankles. Thank you so much, and that is so true. Okay, what else, y'all? I gotta get off of here in a minute. Cause I have rehearsals tonight. I haven't even done my workout yet. It's a lot. Yeah. Okay. So that's all of the super chats I think I had. So yeah, you guys, that's what's going on with Robin and Juan. Okay. Somebody said we have to use PayPal. Girl, the Canadians have spoken. They do not have Zelle. So Robin is either lying. I'm putting 20 on 10, girl. But y'all and go check out the rest. This is why I don't care about this 30-minute special, because it's just gonna, and that's what I'm saying. What is the 30-minute special gonna be? Because there's supposed to be like a 30-minute special after the reunion. And I feel like it's all going to be lies. It's all going to be lies. None of it's going to be true. None of it's going to be something that we can rely on, girl. We can't count on nothing that Robin says. Count on me. Don't count on nothing that she says. She going to lie. If Juan was a man who loved and cared for Robin, he would have been with her on Watch What Happened Live, taking the heat. And Ebony K. Williams, she gives Green Eye Bandits. Oh, she does. That's probably why they thought she would be better on Real Housewives of New York than she actually was. Because sometimes people think that they can fit in with a certain crowd, and so that crowd makes them realize, no, you really can't. We know you thought you could. It's so sad. Anyway, thought I heard something. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my website, BondyBlueShow.com. I do have a podcast coming for y'all now that we're grown. The podcast, okay, it is coming, girl. So y'all be on the lookout for it. Ooh Ladies First Panel this week is on Niecy Dixon's channel. Make sure y'all follow her so y'all can become abreast, because y'all know whatever go down for the rest of the week, we're going to talk about it on Ooh Ladies First Panel. So make sure y'all come through and see me, Niecy, and Jamie later on this week on Thursday. Okay, I appreciate everybody for watching, for sharing, for commenting, for super chatting, for liking. I appreciate y'all so very, very much. I appreciate y'all energy today. Letting me get, a few things off my chest at the beginning of the video. Thank y'all so much. So I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I'm gonna do the same, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. All right.